Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
You are watching 7 at 7, powered by the Las Vegas Review-Journal, the largest news team in Nevada.
The suspect in the killing of a man found dead on a highway appears before a judge. Thanks for joining us on 7 at 7 tonight. I'm Lena Bleetz. We begin with top stories. The suspect in the death of a man found shot in a car on I-15 will remain in custody after his attorney did not make an argument for bail today. 28-year-old Joseph DeLuna faces a charge of open murder with a deadly weapon. North Las Vegas police say they found the unnamed victim on Sunday morning with multiple gunshot wounds on I-15 north of Cheyenne Avenue in the southbound lanes. DeLuna was on the scene, according to police. He is due back in court on Thursday. Less than 24 hours after UNLV President Keith Whitfield resigned, the Nevada system of higher education announcing who will lead the school for now. UNLV Executive Vice President and Provost Christopher L. Heavey will serve as the officer in charge of UNLV. He will carry out duties as a president would until the Nevada Board of Regents appoints an acting, interim, or permanent university president. Whitfield resigned last night, citing family reasons. Nevada's Nellis and Creech Air Force bases are removing diversity, equity, and inclusion content to comply with President Donald Trump's executive orders. Spokespeople for the two bases said they are removing some previously published content, but they directed further questions to the Department of Defense. A memo from the Pentagon instructs military components to remove all content related to DEI by March 5th. According to the memo, that includes information on, quote, critical race theory, gender ideology, and preferential treatment or quotas based on sex, race, or ethnicity. Content that runs counter to, quote, merit-based or colorblind policies or promotes cultural awareness months must also be removed. In weather, sponsored by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing. Clear skies tonight and just barely dropping into the 40s. Overnight low of 49 degrees expected by 4 a.m. Then the rain clouds rolling in tomorrow and lasting through the rest of the week. High of 69 and low of 49 on Wednesday with a 14% chance of showers. Continuing to cool down on Thursday with a high of 62 and low of 43 and a 10% chance of rain. And ending the week with the highest potential for showers this week with a 22% chance of rain, high of 60 and low of 43. In business, brought to you by G Bank, your best banking experience ever. Summerlin developer Howard Hughes Holdings rejects a $900 million buyout offer from Bill Ackman. The offer would have increased Pershing Square Capital Management's stake in Hughes Holdings to 48% and would have made Ackman its chairman and CEO. However, Hughes Holdings says the offer was, quote, not acceptable in its current form.
It's not entirely clear at this point how, if this deal were to go through, how this would impact Summerlin and the development of Summerlin, but at the very least, Ackman has talked about turning Howard Hughes Holdings into an umbrella company of sorts that goes around and buys up controlling ownership stakes in other companies and becomes a conglomerate of sorts.
Pershing has until March 13th to make another offer, but that deadline could be extended.
Sports brought to you by PT's Taverns. With over 65 locations, there's a PT's near you. Visit ptstaverns.com. It's Heidi Fang here, where the Clark County Commission Board is honoring the UNLV football program for its 2024 season, a historical one for the program.
Our players have done a great job in the community service, representing this city and representing UNLV. And what we want to do is on the field, give back to the city and give them a team they can be proud of every single week and get a championship program here for the city of Las Vegas.
The program reached as high as number 19 in the AP poll last season and finished with the overall record of 11-3, tied for the second most wins in school history.
In Health, brought to you by Centerwell Senior Primary Care. Discover primary care focused on you. Today is Fat Tuesday, and Mardi Gras celebrations are well underway, including at Mountain View Hospital. Check out these adorable newborns as the baby in a king cake. Adorned in beads, crowns, and hats while laying in the makeshift cake, these babies were the most festive in the hospital's neonatal intensive care unit. Now, if you've ever eaten a king cake, you'll know there is a hidden plastic baby inside, and whoever finds it must bring the next cake or throw a party. So, it looks like the next king cake is on the hospital staff.
Vegas Nation brought to you by Station Casinos STN Sports. Download the app today. Attendance figures released for the Raiders. I'm Dominic Lavoie with your update on the Silver and Black. According to the Las Vegas Stadium Authority, just under 500,000 people filed into the Death Star for 2 preseason and 7 regular season games this year, not counting Week 18 against the Chargers. The largest draw at the stadium this year, Week 6 against Pittsburgh. That game saw over 59,000 fans attend, with 76% of those fans from out of town. Week 8 against the Chiefs saw a similar rate of out-of-towners, seeing 73% of people from outside of Vegas. Sports betting brought to you by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. Miami quarterback Cam Ward is an even heavier favorite at BetMGM Sportsbook to be the first overall pick in the NFL draft following last week's scouting combine. Ward is now minus 225 to go number 1, with Penn State pass rusher Abdul Carter the plus 185 second choice. Colorado two-way standout and Heisman Trophy winner Travis Hunter is at 11-1 odds after being listed at 6-1 less than 2 weeks ago. Meanwhile, Colorado quarterback Shedeur Sanders is listed at 15-1 to go number 1 overall.
In your 7 at 7 lifestyle news, if you're driving around Henderson and you see a T-Rex, you weren't dreaming. Review Journal's Anaya Collins shows us how one local transformed his house into a prehistoric destination.
Steve Springer spent nearly 2 decades turning his Henderson home into the dinosaur house, a place where kids can play, earn prizes, and learn about creatures from the past. The retired teacher opened the Shangri-La Prehistoric Park. After starting with 1 dinosaur, the collection grew to more than 60 figures, including a 14-foot T-Rex.
I put him out in the center and he got so much attention. I went, And then I suddenly had 3 of them. Then I had 7 of them. And then I went, okay, I know where we're going. And the park was bored.
Springer says over 1 million people have visited the free park since its opening.
We've had people come from as far as Japan say, hey, we came here to see your park.
Yeah.
Be surprised where everybody comes from. It's just amazing.
You can learn more by visiting Shangri-La Prehistoricpark.org. For the Las Vegas Review-Journal, I'm Anaya Collins.
Now for entertainment, sponsored by Arizona Charlie's, with live entertainment every weekend at both locations. Go to ArizonaCharlies.com to see who's playing. Shaving heads to fight childhood cancer as the St. Baldrick's Foundation hosts a charity event. LVRJ entertainment columnist John Katzlamidas shows off his fresh look and tells us more.
We celebrated our annual St. Baldrick's Foundation birthday party at the Commercial Center's Composers Room on Monday night. That's Damian Costa's Show Lounge and Tavern Lounge. Kenny Davidson was once more our music director with auxiliary co-host Kelly Clinton Holmes. Wayne Newton was the guest star and unbilled shaver. We raised about $4,500 in the room. That number is still going up. We had a host of fabulous performers, including Lady Gaga's bandleader Brian Newman, and we even had a visit from Debbie Gibson.
Thanks for watching 7 at 7 tonight. Watch 7 at 7 twice a day, Monday through Friday, and search Review Journal to follow us on your favorite streaming platform. See you tomorrow morning for more 7 at 7.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Knockby Injury Law.